Okay, I'm gonna be 100% right now. I just started recording and I began talking about this, and it literally stopped recording and the recording is just gone. Bruh. So hopefully that doesn't happen this time, because this is all I got. So, what I was talking about was basically trying to figure out what it was that's been following me since I was little. I think most people always kind of have something following them, whether it's good or bad. Debatable. Most things seem to be kind of a gray area. Now, in my case, I know it's at least 2, possibly 3. I think most things kind of pop in and out, but there's always that constant of something following. So, as I was getting into, right around when the camera decided to cut, I was talking about how one time, about probably half a year ago now, I doing this tarot reading with someone. They're watching this, they might know who they are. We were trying to figure out, like, what is it that's been following me? Because at this point in time, it was really starting to, like, while it's always kind of done bits and pieces of things, I just wanted to know. I think most people kind of would want to know what it is. And I get this name, Eshu. We went through a list, literally asking, is it this one? Is it this one? And I kid you not, like, out of this whole list, it was like, nope, 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 nope. You know, there's only, like, 3 real choices in this scenario. It's like yes, no, and decline to answer. And it was literally like back to back, like no, 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 no. Eventually, it says yes. And we're like, okay, maybe it's faulty. Let's re-ask. Yes. One more time, just for extra luck. Yes. Okay, so this thing says its name is Eshu. I don't know who the hell that is. So, obviously, we do some research, and it's this Haitian trickster god. Not necessarily spirit, but referring to itself as a god. At least that's what I gather of it online. There's not really that much on it other than that, but as far as I could tell, it was very, very strong. There was apparently like ties with it, having connections to Papa Legba, etc., etc. To really get into it, personally, no on that one. But to really get into it, Eshu, one of the main things that he's kind of known for is going like back and forth on a spiritual plane, as in crossing that veil between life and death, spirit world, our world, and beyond, kind of delivering messages to and fro. That much made quite a bit of sense, because it's like, oh, well, that's why I have such a easy time, or at least maybe one of the reasons that I possibly have such an easy time with. Sometimes I just kind of know things that I shouldn't, stuff like that. Nothing controllable, but it would make sense that if this is the thing that's following me, maybe it's what's been feeding my mind random shit for some reason. And to give you like a little bit of information of one of the things that this thing had done, because at this time, it wasn't long after I kind of figured out what its name was. We had a moment where I was in an apartment, and we had a couple people over and all that mess. You know, the whole like speak things into existence mess. You talk about it and may come. Well, so we're gonna call this person A, because privacy and whatnot. She was mentioning this thing that she had seen before in her childhood. Like, there was like this shift in air, and I kid you not, everyone pretty much in that apartment could feel it. We had 3 people at least either practicing or somewhat interested in more spiritual things. We kind of all just immediately felt the shift in air, and it was real interesting. Person A pulls out her sage and is trying to light it, because whatever it is that was, it's just freaking out. Everyone was kind of on edge here, because whatever it was that we could tell what she had spoke about, it was there. And she was trying to light this sage, and it would not light for nothing. Nope. So eventually I take it from her and she's trying to like open windows and doors, like get the thing out somehow. And I go up to the stove and I'm like, okay, so here's my opportunity to really test this thing that's been following me. So I ask it, standing there in my little owl, and I'm like, okay, are you able to light this for me? Bam. Immediately just pops on fire. Literally popped on fire. The sage that would not light popped into flames. And so we have it lit. And I'm like, okay, if it can do that, can you get rid of the thing that has intruded itself into this apartment? Gone. Literally, the heavy feeling of the entity thing that encroached itself upon us all lifted within seconds of asking. And person A turns to me and she's just looked at me and she's like, did the thing that's following you get rid of that? I tell her, yeah, it did. And honestly, we were all kind of taken aback because whatever it was, or this thing calling itself Eshu, or being referred to as, it was pretty damn powerful because literally everything that all these people in this apartment were doing was not working. Not at all. So, skipping some details, we go to a shop, tarot readings, blah blah blah. One night I go to sleep, and I have this dream. And in the dream, I'm walking up to this house, and when we get there, we go in, there's this woman, she looks at me, and she tells me that my spirit guide is named Toth. Well, she had this expression of kind of wariness when she told me this. It's like almost as if she was kind of like she was afraid of the thing that's following me, but at the same time not so afraid that she's like running out of there, you know. I guess the real way to say it is that she understood the kind of power that the thing had and didn't want to offend it, which is something that someone else has told me before outside of the dream, that with the thing that's following me, at least as Eshu is the original name it was, or at least the original name that I knew it as, that it was a trickster god, meaning, you know, it's kind of volatile. It doesn't just, it's not always 100% doing things for just good as much as it may joke around and play some pranks or something stupid or funny. Ah, my eyeball. But, something just landed in my eye a second there. But, got me thinking a second. Okay. So to get to the point here, in the dream, which is why I don't refer to the thing that follows me as Eshu, even though that's could be used as another name for it. I refer to it as Toth because in the dream I'm told the name of it is Toth. Therefore, I'm gonna just assume that that's the name it wants to be referred to as. Or at least one. At least in my case. Okay. Well, I'm in the dream, and suddenly I'm kind of like lifted up by my head. It doesn't really hurt, but honestly I'm terrified because I'm slowly just going around the room, like just raised into the... What the fuck? Okay. Don't know what the dog's doing over there. So I'm raised into the air and it's bringing me in a circle around the room. As I just said, I was terrified in that moment because, oh snap, shit got me now. This Thoth thing. And I start praying in the dream. I'm like, please God, please no. Yeah, I guess I could kind of immediately feel like the type of power it had on me. Like it could actually just pick me up and bring me around like that. So, kind of fearful of praying at the same time because it's like, this thing may not like that because with stuff like this, you often hear about them saying, well, because I've been told this before, and it's like, you know, if this thing is following you, you should definitely create a fucking altar and start worshiping it like some kind of idolized god. I'm not gonna do that. I'm sorry. All respect to whoever believes in God, not this random entity thing that imposes itself upon me. And what's odd about it is even though I'm like praying in the dream as I'm going in a circle, I think it was kind of like, well, look at her go. It didn't stop me, basically, is what I'm getting. I don't think it really cared either way. But the main point is it didn't stop me. So I guess through much interaction and conversations I've had with it, whether directly or indirectly, I don't know. In any case, what I do know is that thing is really, really tall. Like stupid tall. Damn. Or like 10 foot or something. Because like the way that thing, I never really directly saw it because it was always kind of behind me. But it did grab me by my head and was like, we going in a circle now. Well, anywho, so in the dream, as we're going in a circle and I'm fearing for my life probably, and I start praying to God and it's kind of like, oh, well, look at that little fearful thing. Squish. I remember I started after a while realizing it wasn't going to necessarily like just terminate me then and there. And it also wasn't necessarily taking my praise of God away there. I started kind of like just fucking around. And I tell you, this woman just like sitting on the couch. I think my mom was also sitting on the couch. And they were both terrified. Which, I don't know why the hell my mom was there. So kind of realizing that I'm not about to die, I decide it's time to sing. For some reason, I start fucking around. My dreams are really freaking weird, okay? I'm in a dream and I just started singing. Kinda, dancing. As much as you can dance while you're being grabbed by the head and taken slowly around the room like a little merry-go-round horse. And I'm just like, do. And I think it was funny. I think it thought it was funny. You know what? Maybe that's why a fucking trickster's God chooses to follow me. Because, you know what? I'm just gonna admit it right now. Have I taken some stones and thrown them to ask a question before to this thing? You know, yes or no, maybe. Has the questions been serious questions, but also questions asking it things such as, hey, would you fuck with a cheese sandwich right now? Yes. I asked some stupid shit. I think it's funny, okay? And if it doesn't think it's funny, then oh well. Anywho, to close out this video, what I'm going to leave you with here is, when it comes to these type of things, I tend to be kind of honest with it, and I'm just like, hey, I'm not going to make you my idol here. If you want to follow me, what the fuck ever. I guess I can't technically stop you, but if you want to try and fuck with me, fuck off. Get out of here. Ain't got no time for that shit, okay? Ain't got no time. But if you want to sit here and make some dick jokes with me through some dice, go on. Feel free to answer back. Everyone likes a sense of humor. know what? Maybe I shouldn't be the type. Maybe I shouldn't be, someone's gonna have to confiscate my freaking rocks and stuff. Okay. Anywho, it's good talking with you guys today. I'm having a great time. I'm having a great time. What was with the dog on the log? Well, I'll talk with y'all next time. Bye.